Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Tennis Ninjas match play analysis with Khalid versus Daniel today. So here we do the competition for possession, and that was Khalid's first time doing this, so he gets another chance here. Trying to get the ball as close as possible to the line. So this is what happens when people train for tennis, but we don't do enough training for actual ball control. So someone of these guys' levels, we should be a lot better with these kind of skills. So we will get better through mini tennis and a lot of drills that conform to touch and ball control. Because at the end of the day, these are young, strong guys here we got. So hitting the ball hard is really not a challenge at all. What the challenge is trying to get people to control the ball to the corners and be able to explore all 9 points on the court. Okay, here we go. Daniel starting. I think we're doing tiebreakers here. Okay, pretty good first serve. Right. Hard to lean into a backhand like that when you're so far back. The ball was a little bit high, but you're just too far back there, Khalid, to actually hit the ball down like that. If you're more in no man's land or around the service line, you can do that, but not from that far back. From there, you should be driving the ball more straight to get penetration through the court and a little more depth. You don't want to hit that backhand too short. That's nice kicking second serve there. Now, the thing is, with Daniel, he's going to get used to that because he's not used to players with that kind of kick on the serve, which is, by the way, the kind of serve that I've been trying to get you to hit, right, Dan? Same thing, right? So now you're on the receiving end, you see how good it is if you can do this. That's a good serve, too. Yeah. Now, this is where I've been trying to teach all these guys, right, how important the serve is, especially in the men's game, right? If your serve isn't doing damage, you're actually losing. That's the way you should feel. And I'm not talking about that one ace or one winner every 3 games. I'm talking about one that happens at least every other point or every third point. Some kind of damage happening where the other guy seems uncomfortable or barely getting it back. It doesn't have to be an ace. Okay, that's a little better there. But Khalid returns with no problem, so that did no damage. See? So that's another key there. So even though against other guys, that serve may have felt good, feeling good has nothing to do with actual winning, right? So that was a decent serve to the backhand, but Khalid just gets it back, and then you don't follow up the shot with something more offensive, and then he puts it away. That's a good one there, but I guess it was a little wide or a little long. That was a better kind of serve, though. Yeah. And you see that the sound is different. That's way too flat. So now you're overcompensating, trying to do something better, but it's just still too flat. So the percentage is so low, it doesn't really matter how badly you want it. The percentage is down, so you're only going to get like 1 out of 2, 2 out of 3 max on that. But we're talking about a second serve, right? Second serve has that minimum like 99% success unless you're actually doing damage again. So if your second serve isn't doing any damage, you got to get it 100% of the time. That toss is way... You should have caught that, and you're going to get some back problems if you keep doing that. It's good for a second serve. You got to finish that forehand. You're just not getting enough on it. You're just pushing the ball. I like the way you're coming in. Oh. Okay, Khalid, you got a little lucky there, but don't get too cute, you know what I mean? Just play like professional tennis, you know what I mean? Like here, Daniel's pretty quick, but no offense to him, but he's no Alcaraz, right? So from here, look at this, like this is not good enough, or we got about 10 different spots here that you can put the ball in, okay? So it's confusing why you want to go behind them with a floating volley, So you see here, the ball is fairly high, okay? It's right above the net, but here, every option points to either a drop volley here or just a straight line drive. You're getting too cute here, and you're lucky that you didn't lose a point, because at this point right here, Daniel should have taken one more step to the left, okay, set up, and then hit a passing shot, or at least an attempted passing shot. But the balance is off there. That's the balance. But Dan, that should be actually your strength, right? I mean, you play a lot of soccer and stuff like that. So that kind of footwork there to set up and hit a good shot should be actually one of your strengths. You got to do better on that. You got to get that right foot around and do more of the inside out feel on the forehand instead of just sidestepping and flicking the wrist. Remember what your strengths are and explore that. And you got to keep hitting upwards. You're coming down too fast. If you see right here, watch. Here, that's a great knee bend, nice trophy pose. Right here, your racket starts going down, see, down here. Like it goes straight down like this. So if you see your racket coming down to the ground that fast, that means that you didn't pronate your wrist up here towards the sky enough, towards the sky, that way, not like this. It drops off way too fast. So we always talk about hitting the serve up, right? We always hit the serve up. So it's a great start, but right near the contact point, the racket starts going down too fast. Always want to aim for the sky on the serve. That's nice. That's beautiful backhand. Great setup. Great setup. I like how you kind of went for that too, and not being conservative and just pushing the ball back because it was in your wheelhouse. Next time they'll get to the net, right? Afterwards, because you hit such a good corner. That too, gotta go up, gotta go up. Serve should not be going to the net unless you're hitting like 100-mile-per-hour flat serve. Oh, a little late on that one. Yeah. Shorter backswing and then aggressive forward, right? Shorter backswing. That's such a low toss. Oh my God. How cramped were you on that one? Get it up. Another cramped serve there. Didn't ever get no pace. Yeah. So I don't mind that attitude there, Khalid, but the harder you want to hit it, the more you gotta get the racket head in front, right? Or else the ball's gonna fly out. Get that racket head in front. Or act like it's an approach shot and get into the net. Don't just stand there and wail on it. I like that. Yeah. But I like the toss. I like what you're trying to do with it. So if that keeps happening, if you miss those kind of balls, all that means is you have to get out there with like 500 balls and just hit like thousands and thousands a week. That's the only way. I keep telling everyone that there's no shortcut to improving your serve. As long as your form is okay, you got to get some balls out and you got to hit like an hour a week, just hitting serves. If not hour a day. The reps is what makes your body learn how to handle all those little nuances at the contact point. That was not bad. That's way too high of a return. Yeah. If you're going to do a high return, it better be a lob, like a big lob, at least past the service line. Can't do high returns. I wonder if we're counting first serve percentage. Against quality players, if your first serve percentage is low, you will never win unless your ground strokes are out of this world. But then you wouldn't be like 3-5 or 4-0, right? Oh, that's indecision. Also, once you hit a great shot to his backhand, you don't get to net fast enough still. There's a lot of uncertainty in your court positioning and when you're going to go up and when you're going to stay back. You have the capability and you have good volleys. I think we talked about that during the lesson too. I mean, if you want to play offensive tennis, you got to love the net. Yeah, it's a little lazy on the footwork there. You should have recognized that short ball and you should have ran up there a lot faster and gotten under the ball. It's almost like he took a step and just kind of wanted to wing it in, you know? If you want to hit a harder, flatter serve, you got to toss the ball more in front. And he won't be able to see that. Yeah, that's a nice second serve there. Beautiful. And Daniel needs to have a better footwork on that. It's almost like, you're giving up in the return, when in fact you should have more of an attacking attitude. We never look defensive on a second serve return. I don't care if it's how much spin there is. Yeah, see, head dropping, shoulder dropping. So remember, aiming towards the sky doesn't have to be like up there. It could be like right here, right here. See? Right above the fence, right there. Yeah. I remember these serves are hitting up and over, right? Arc, up and over, up and over, right? It's never boom, boom, boom into the box. We don't do that. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, more wrist action, Khalid. But I love that. It's funny. Dan's game, it's like you serve and volley probably better than most people at this level of anyone I've seen. And the results are great. You really need to mix that in more. But again, if your first serve percentage is like 10%, you don't have a serve and volley game. It's just that simple. And that toss is way too right for a second serve. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know what's going on with the serve. You just can't win that way. Okay, make sure you accelerate through that spin, Khalid. Accelerate through the spin. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's where your backhand, you see the footwork needs work. See, no one-hander likes that ball. Roger Federer included, right? Wawrinka included. So when you get a ball kind of high for a backhand like that, what you got to do is you got to step up, or you got to go back more. It depends how much time you have, right? Ball's coming here. And by the way, Khalid, I love that shot. Right here, set up, heavy, top spin ball. Look at you coming in. See? That's a much better package for you. Although, I don't know where your split step is. Shouldn't there be a split step right now? And you're still just kind of like running. Yeah, that was like a fake split step afterwards. Make sure you take the proper timing on the split step. But here, see, you see the way the ball bounced? Right past no man's land. That's a great spot for the ball to kick up. So Khalid, again, that's a great location to bounce your heavy ball, okay? If you go too deep here, it's much more obvious for him to step up and get the half volley, right? Just get right there, okay? But over here, where you hit it, it's kind of like the ball bounces like up that way, higher. If you get it too short, okay, the ball bounces up and then it comes back down. So that's no good either. Okay, but here it makes it really tough. So I'm saying, Dan, that's the wrong spot to be. Look at that. Look how uncomfortable you are, right? And then you look at that. You pull your right shoulder right out of there, and that shot is not going to do anything. So even on this one, you can step up and hit on the rise right there. Like hit it right there, I'm saying, literally. Your racket should be right there. Okay, already hitting the ball. Or move back more, and get it when the ball's coming back down. But that's not going to be the spot. Okay? All right. I think that was tiebreaker. We're playing just a tiebreaker today. So I think that was it. Let's check here. Yeah, so it's always about learning about each other and always knowing that, when somebody has an offensive game, how to handle that. But playing defensively is not always the key. It's kind of like that thing in war, sometimes the best defense is a great offense. If you hit offensive shots first, it's harder for the other person to do offense against you. See what I mean? So we have to learn how to finagle that back and forth without making errors. All right, guys.